8:10 as we head up to another Independence season, September 11th. And it's time for Island Tea. September 11th. Hey,
exactly,
I just
when you
caught
said
that.
it right.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning to everybody. I trust and hope that everyone is having a wonderful Monday so far. It is the second week of school, so you know the traffic is flowing.
Says the teacher.
The students are going, and the teachers are preparing.
I just want to say, are they going to?
I couldn't say going again.
It could be a haiku. Doesn't have to be a poem. But yeah, it's Monday morning, September 11th. And all over the U.S. news, of course, you know, it's like a Remembrance Day
Yeah,
for persons that would have perished in that horrible accident.
Oh, you mean tragedy?
Or terrorist attack.
Yeah. I still remember I was in high school, I think first form, when I heard of the incident. I could just remember somebody rushing to the class while we were in there seated and saying, you know, so look what happened. I think perhaps would have been our homeroom teacher during the lunchtime period came in and said, you know, did you guys hear the news?
Yeah.
What had happened and stuff like that.
I'm trying to remember what I was doing. I remember being home and seeing the plane go into the building. And I was like, but this is the news, because I thought it was a movie, right? See me clicking all the different news channels, like, nah, this really happening. And then I called my mom. I think my mom worked at National Bank at that point in time. And I called her immediately, and she's like, yeah, we're all watching it.
I saw the second plane live.
It was insane. Yeah, because by the time you got adjusted to that first one, here comes the second one. I think that was the one that was going to the Pentagon. There was one that was flying towards the Pentagon, trying to get like into the White House area, I think.
But that one crashed in New Jersey, I think. Yes.
It's just crazy.
Just insane. I actually recently was dealing with a friend of the family who got cancer from that same incident, and they only discovered it, I think it was like 2 years ago. So he had to go through chemotherapy and all of that, and lost a lot of weight. It was just horrific. And now, you know, he's now getting back to, I guess, where he was before, you know. So like just watching it this morning and just reliving all those moments, I can't imagine that what persons who actually lost loved ones in that terrorist attack feel.
I noticed CNN had a documentary on it but I still didn't click that.
Nah,
it was
I remembered when I woke up.
You know,
actually today's my staff's birthday.
Like today would be the 11th. It didn't click.
Yeah, and then like there's a big debate going on about Guantanamo Bay because they want to offer them a plea deal, but the plea deal is that they'll stay in prison for life, and they won't be able to appeal. And so of course, you know, victims are upset, and their families are kind of happy because at least they won't be executed.
I always believe that should be a tool in the legal toolbox when it comes to certain crimes. I feel like sometimes people should not be allowed to appeal.
Oh,
that's just as part of the punishment. I'm sorry.
You might be onto something there, because some crimes are so heinous. You see,
especially
my
when you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that
right.
that person
So that's
did the
what
crime.
I'm coming to, right? Because like if you know for certain, like you see somebody there, you know them, you know they committed the crime, then it's a done deal. Where you appealing to go to say what?
I don't understand why it has to take.
But it's kind of hard, right? Because
I don't understand why it has to take months and years to off people. You know.
Oh, wow, off people.
Yes, off people.
Not very assassin.
Why should I use elegant words when they got on death row by doing inelegant things? Huh?
Point.
Sorry.
Point. It's the off for me though. Law professor, you see, chime in here.
I think we waste too much time about how things are couched rather than the core of the reality that is being discussed.
You know what the issue is though? Nah, because listen, so I don't practice, as you know, but I distinctly remember when I was doing crim, there's justifiable crime. And I remember being in shock when they said that even the executioner, so the person who does the, and this is like back in the day, who did the hanging or whatever, that person still had to go sit on the bench. Am I wrong? Am I right? Do you remember? Because like even though he did his job, it's still seen as he took another person's life.
Yeah.
So it's a thin line, and that's why I think they take so long, because the procedure of it, the documentation, making sure all T's are crossed, I's are dotted, all of that.
Okay.
So
But we must understand too.
The Muslims don't waste any time.
We must
Jeez.
understand that
Same day.
there's equality and justice before the law. And we talk about these instances now because we have technology and stuff like that, and we have video cameras. But even in light of those things, we have to go through a procedure to make them admissible in court. And it's just to give, everyone, as much as possible, an equal opportunity before the law.
agreed.
You know.
Nicely said, Prof.
Yeah, nice words.
No, he's absolutely
So,
correct.
It's Independence.
Week,
Yeah.
month.
Well,
Are we doing the month?
I
Season,
wonder-
I guess.
Season, yeah.
Season.
Well, yeah, I guess it's Independence Month. So, that as a result of that, we have so many things going on.
Let me tell you.
As we remember, as we celebrate our 40th year of independence. And, the theme this year is all about sustainability. And just to look at some of the activities, we had the street fair on Saturday. And from the videos and stuff like that, it seemed like, people enjoyed themselves, those who were there. So, independence is true and true. We realize that we gained independence September 19th, 1983. And, it's just amazing how far we have come as a people.
See, thank
and
you. I said that
we
on Friday.
continue to push forward as, a nation. And it was on February 10th, 1976, Anguilla was granted a constitution, and its union with St. Kitts and Nevis was formally severed in 1980. So if we go back to time, it was St. Kitts, Nevis, and Anguilla. And so on February 10, 1976, Anguilla was granted a constitution, and its union with St. Kitts and Nevis was formally severed in 1980. A constitutional...
So these are our strides towards independence. Like, we're now gearing up.
A constitution conference was held in London in 1982, and in spite of disagreement over special provisions for Nevis, St. Kitts and Nevis became independent on September 19th, 1983. And we've had, you've seen by the government, a number of lectures called conversations leading up to independence. And this evening, there's going to be a lecture hosted by the People's Action Movement, and it's entitled Road to Independence.
Okay.
And it is going to feature the speaker, the first Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, our only living national hero, Sir Kennedy. And it starts at 7:30. It's at Kuna, that's at Fort Lands. And there would be a live stream later, but persons are encouraged to come out as much as possible to listen to Sir Kennedy. Sir Kennedy is in his 80s. He still recollects very vividly experiences of that day and throughout that time. I think it is an opportunity for us to listen to Sir Kennedy as he speaks about the road to independence, the trials, the challenges, and also the triumph.
I'm kind of just, I'm intrigued because just based on what you kind of lay out, I know there's like a juicy backstory, right? Like just meeting with him, I was in awe. Like some of the things that he's recollecting. And, it might be my own bias because I wasn't born when some of the things that happened that he was talking about. But, like when he's talking about the shoe store that was here and meeting Forbes Burnham, and of course, the town that I'm from in Guyana is named after him, right? It's Linden. And I was just sitting there like, oh, wow, I've never heard these stories. But it's like, you're meeting a living hero, right? You're meeting somebody that went through things that you kind of had to be there to know that it's happening. So I'm actually really looking forward to this lecture, and I hope it's juicy. Like he has like little tidbits that no one else would know.
I know.
Like, what was the fight about between them and Nevis? Why even though Nevis didn't get provisions, we still went ahead and got independence? That whole pepper in your soup drama. Like I want to hear all the juicy details. He's a great storyteller.
Yes.
You know, with every, even the best, you could say even the best statesmen, they have their lapses in judgment, right? And
Everybody, they're human.
yeah, there's one thing I always said I'd like to ask him about if he would do it differently. No, back in the day, when he was giving an address, they'd take off all the channels on cable, so that it would be on all the channels.
So Kennedy?
Yeah. But the government, yes. When he was giving a national address. And I remember some people, I don't think, probably half people thought it was, maybe inconvenient, to put it mildly. But then I've heard people since say that, that was they always thought that was heavy-handed and maybe.
What do you think?
I think it was a little heavy-handed.
You know what I think?
Well, I would like to. I've always said I'd like to ask him. I always forget to ask him.
I know.
And
so
then,
you can ask him tonight.
And then usually when we're having, like, he's been here like 2 or 3 times, and
I've only met him that one time.
And it's he's such an engaging guy that I guess I could ask, because I think he's mature enough to reflect on that and say, well, this is why I did it. Or
so here's my 2 cents on that. When something is happening in the U.S., like the same 9/11 thing I was just describing, every single channel was showing it. If Biden is, but if Biden is giving an address, every single channel is showing it. It's like you can't get a break. Sometimes they'll be like breaking news, and no matter what you're looking at, they bring it.
Well, yes,
but that's because they want everybody to know, to be informed, and to listen.
Exactly.
So, I maybe it's just me, but I don't see anything wrong with it, because I'm thinking, like, you would have missed the lecture. Now that you're mature, now you're thinking, oh shucks, I should have listened. Like, is that what was happening? I didn't know that. And so it's like, for me, it's like a part of history, and you kind of need to be there. Like, it's something that you should pay attention to. When I was growing up, my parents made us listen to and watch the news every night. Like when the news came on, your homework should have been finished. You come and you listen to the news or you watch the news, because my mother believes that you have to be up to date with current affairs. Like, she always goes on and on about current affairs.
The thing is, the difference.
Maybe it's just me.
But the difference in the U.S. is that they have FCC regulations that say that the networks, media networks, the free TV, NBC, ABC, CBS, Fox, right?
Yes.
They are required to do that kind. What's the term they use? Like public service.
Right.
When those kind of things happen, like the president is, that kind of thing. So that's
what do you think,
that's an obligation.
Well, I'm told that it happened many times, and when the PM was making, a national address, that would happen. I mean, it just goes to show the times then and now. And it also ages us in this room.
Not really.
Because I when I say age, I'm not in a bad way, man. Remember, you were able to recall those times when they focus on just one thing. But I don't think during our lifetime, that was a time that was a thing that happened then.
Sorry.
Candy.
You see what you started?
Candy probably would have gotten the pitchfork if that had happened.
Me?
Gone on Church Street.
I would, but I just said I agreed with it.
You agreed with it?
Because I feel like a lot of but honestly, like, I find like a lot of our young people now are out of touch. They don't know what's going on. They don't know history. Our history is on the verge of disappearing because of lack of preservation methods, and that's me putting it in a very nice way.
We have a call. Let's do this call. It would be nice if. Okay, we on to the next. Island T, you're on.
Good morning to everyone.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. What a bright morning. Welcome from you.
Yes, it is now.
Yes.
What you want, Lee? You want back, Lee?
No. Lee is still tearing it up
It's a
out there.
beautiful morning.
Yes,
Praise God.
it is.
Praise
Yes,
God.
it is.
Listen,
How are you
We're giving
doing?
God thanks.
Amen.
Yes.
Lee was all hat and no cattle down here anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You're not going to answer you. One of these days I'm going to expose you. You better behave yourself. Remember I attempted to teach you.
True. Attempted.
Now,
Nothing
this
took.
election, this independence story,
Yes.
the Labour Party launched a boycott from the beginning, and it lasted 15 years.
Aish.
Mm-hmm.
So they were told not to take part in anything, not to listen to him, turn off your radio.
Oh.
You understand?
Yeah.
So
So you're
that's...
half of the country.
all right.
I mean, imagine people didn't even know the song. Some of them refused to learn the song.
See that
And the flag
madness?
meant nothing.
See that? Yeah.
That is
You see how
crazy.
serious they take politics?
So they're basically killing national pride and patriotism. Listen, where I was born, we have national
some
songs.
serious thing, you know? They were instructed by the leader.
Yeah, that's madness. I'm sorry.
You know,
Because
I said, look at
it's
it.
country above self.
But in St. Kitts and Nevis, it's just
No, it's
a
country
crazy
above
situation.
self. Like, get it
Yeah,
together.
so, you know, we got to watch it because when one party going, as I tell somebody, weekend, half of the country seem not to exist.
we
Yes,
have to
that is-
learn
And when the
nationalistic
party is
pride.
in-
That's
check-
what we need to learn.
Check the constituencies to see what's going on.
Yes, Miss Henry, you said you
It
hit
continues, you know?
you hit the nail on the head.
Let me tell you something. When I grew up, you had to learn all the national songs, and we got like a boatload of national songs. You had to learn the
North
pledge.
side.
You have to learn the anthem, and you need to know your country motto and all of that. Like, do they still teach that in school? Like, if you pull somebody over on the side of the
Candice.
road, can you ask them what the motto is?
Candice, let me get a joke. I went to Guyana in 79, right?
Mm-hmm.
I went to Kuru Cooperative College.
Right.
Well, coming from St. where we own way. Lord, everywhere you turn, you see Burnham picture.
Mm-hmm.
I tell them, I said, Lord, the only place ain't is in the bathroom. Everywhere,
They didn't put one.
every morning, you got to sing this. I make.
You got to
This
say
one
the
is a play
pledge.
from here.
Put your hand across your chest. You have to say the pledge,
Yes,
and you have to
and-
sing the anthem. And the
But
anthem
I
has 4
must give you all
stanzas.
credit. You all have a lot of national songs, you know?
And I love them.
Lot of patriotic songs.
Yes. But
Every
sadly, a
mo-
lot of the youth there don't know it now.
Lord, man, I made back to them. You all used to overdo it.
Things have gone sideways everywhere. Like, I don't even think anybody really says the pledge anymore. They probably just sing the first and the last stanza of the anthem. Some of them don't even know the national
And
songs.
the songs sound good too.
Yeah, but when I went to school, you kind of had to know them. And around
I say
independence
every morning,
time,
you know, I say, well, Lord, for heaven's sake, man, once a week could do.
nah.
Every morning you got to sing the song. You got to stand up, and then this man overlooking you. Anyway, so we need to get a united nation. This is
Yes.
what I'm telling them, you know.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to see what happens on the 16th.
Mm-hmm.
If Dr. Joe is going to unite the nation, the word is maturity, right?
Maturity. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the things for the slogan
Growing
has in maturity.
Yeah.
Resilience, maturity, and something else.
Sustainability.
Somebody got to be able to bring this country together.
I just want us to
Somebody.
get to a place where we respect the nationalistic part of it. Like, you know, the flag, the motto, we
You know, they've got to be
embrace
part.
that and we forget about politics. Because at the end of the day, whoever gets in, they still need to respect that aspect of it. But it's the whole politics that's coming in that's, you know, messing up the water. It's murky in the water because
Yes,
children now
Lord.
are missing out
Sandra.
on that essential part that
Yes.
should be
And
ingrained
this
in
is
all
our-
of us.
This is our country. And another
Yeah.
thing again, the Nevis element. We tend to sideline them. All the function and whatnot.
But we have a
You know?
national hero that's from Nevis, Sir Simeon Daniel. And
Sir
Nevis
Simeon
has been
Daniel.
having activities. If you look at the calendar, you'll see that every day there's something and it
but we're supposed
shows
to have a-
Nevis and St. Kitts.
Nevis is supposed to be able to think. And some Nevis too, you know, but he lives in St. Kitts for most of his life, eh?
So
You're different
we
friends?
technically have two then.
Well, not really. To say he not think. They
Well-
disown him.
Oh,
So
boy.
I'm gone.
Thank you for your
Early in the morning
contribution,
to
Miss
start
Henry.
Yeah, so I have someone who sent me a message that said when the PM spoke, it was expected that it would be of national interest, important to all. When Robert Bradshaw got ill and had surgery, he came on television to explain everything with pictures. And we still had black and white TVs then. It was the same Kennedy Simmons who administered the anesthesiac to Bradshaw with his permission. Yeah.
See?
I was
So
told
it
that
was-
he requested him.
Yeah.
Okay. On to the
Wow.
next.
Yeah, so you
Island
see,
T.
Yes, good morning, everybody.
Hey,
Good
what's
morning.
up?
How are you?
I am great. I'm greater than couple events ago.
Well, that's good to
I
hear.
want to say thank God for the man, the cricketer, Mr. Fletcher.
Listen, I'm the only cricket fan in here. The two of them looking very perplexed. Congratulations.
She's a
The
honor-
Patriots
she-
finally won a game.
she's an honorary
Thank God for the-
member of
thank God
every
for the
cricket
spice, man.
association executive.
Because I tell them,
93.
listen, you all have to do better than that.
Oh, you send them a
Because
message?
you are representing the Patriot on my birthday.
Ooh.
Who did they beat?
That
I
was
don't
your
want to go
birthday?
down the foot. Eh?
That was your birthday?
Yeah.
Happy birthday. Happy
Thank you,
belated
man.
birthday.
It more happy you don't know
That
than
you
when
win.
I was born, because I understand I was born in a hurricane
Ah,
day.
yeah.
Thunder, lightning, and rain, and wind, and all kind of thing.
That just shows how powerful you are.
Okay.
Yeah, in a little wooden house upon a settee.
Okay, culture. We have
So
traffic
if I
talk
come
coming
to
up.
that,
We have
yeah, if
traffic
I
talk
come to
coming
that,
up.
I could come through everything. So
Amen.
congratulations. Thank you.
Amen. Thank you
Okay,
so much
Thank
for your
you.
call.
We have traffic talk.
Have a
Yes.
nice
Okay.
day.
Yes, thank you,
All right.
culture.
Let's go to the break and come back. It's 8:32.
Awesome.
Found the sound 98.9
Be careful on the road.
When it comes to the important things in life, your health, your education, your choice of a life partner, and of course your insurance provider, only the best will do. Caribbean Alliance Insurance is the only insurance company in the Eastern Caribbean with an A excellent rating. We have a robust 3-tier reinsurance strategy that protects our policyholders from multiple catastrophes, even if they occur in quick succession. We spread our risks over 18 territories, ensuring minimal impact to individual territories when a disaster strikes. We provide an excellent claims experience. Claim settlement is usually between 24 to 48 hours. Our A excellent rating means that you are more secure with us. Contact us for motor, property, marine, public liability, employer's liability, and other policies. Dalil Walwyn, people you can trust. Local agent for Caribbean Alliance Insurance. Tomorrow secured.
Be careful on the road. Don't make it an episode. Attention all drivers. I'm begging you to slow it down, slow it down, slow it down.
Hi.
And it's time for traffic talk. 8:34. And we have Sophie making her way in. So
Oh, Sophie's on her way. All right, then. Well, good morning. In the meantime, how are you doing? How was your weekend? Relaxing?
Not really.
Uh-oh.
We had another house chores today.
Oh, I thought it was a traffic accident. Whew. Oh, my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Had house chores too. That was going wrong. It was being shared. Yeah, I just wanted to get everything out this weekend because next weekend I have like a full slate of activities.
Yeah, I could imagine.
Independence Parade.
Yeah, the
Yep.
Independence Parade, everything is
Parade.
going to be Independence 40.
Yeah, Rotary. Both Rotary clubs are doing things. So they were both like my club, Lion Amiga, we're going to the Sadler's Old Folks Home because that's something that we always do. So we're going to go give back to them. And the other club is doing a barbecue and car rally. And then we got tickets for this breakfast on National Heroes Day. It's like, I'm already tired just thinking about the amount of things I have to do.
We're having breakfast with the national hero on National Heroes Day. So like Kennedy Simmons.
How come I didn't get invited to that? Like, what's happening
I have
here?
a ticket for you if you want to come.
Okay,
yeah.
Nice. Good morning, Sophie. How are you? Fine. All right. So, tell us what we're talking about today. I heard it's something delicious.
Is that so?
We'll be talking about running the red light or failing to comply with the traffic signals and the importance of the traffic light/signal.
Is there a fine? Do you guys have cameras?
Not on the traffic lights as yet, but soon.
All right.
In short order.
So take it away.
Good morning to the listening audience via the radio and the internet. This morning, I am Sergeant Henry, and as the inspector said, we'll be talking about running the red lights. If a vehicle enters an intersection at any time after the signal light has turned red, the driver has committed a violation. Motorists who are inadvertently in an intersection when the signal changes and they run the red light, as I said, it's an offense. And we have a lot of drivers who are doing such. Even sometimes I'm behind of them, and the light change yellow and then it turns to red. And even sometimes it's red and they're proceeding and they're still going through. It's an offense to run the red light.